All right, welcome back, everyone. This is now the video that I'm going to be doing for the analysis for the upcoming trading week, beginning on December 15th and ending on the 20th. So before we begin, let's just pray. God, we just thank you again for another opportunity to trade and to, discuss ideas regarding our strategies. I just pray that you'll be with anyone watching this video. May it be a source of inspiration and also help them to improve on their trading strategy. We thank you and we love you and we bless you in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, guys. So this week, going right into it, as you will know from previous videos, how I mark up my charts. I also tell you that I separate it by weeks, which are the blue lines, and also by days, which are the green lines. As I jump down onto my 1 hour, I am able to analyze what the market does on a single day. Am I able to identify the high points, the low points on a particular day, and it also helps me in my analysis. Okay. So what am I expecting for this week? Well, it's more of the same. This week is going to be a very, very profitable and interesting week because we know the market has been bullish forever. Okay. And the market continues to make higher lows, higher highs. And I've always said to you, any sells that this market makes, it makes it in the short term. Okay, so it's always a temporary retracement in order to set up a higher low on the biggest time frame so it can go back in trend. So even if the market is bouncing around between zones for a number of days, a number of weeks, the market at some point in time will break towards the high side because it's making higher lows, higher highs. All right. So let's look at where we finished last week. So on Friday, you would have noticed that, excuse me, the largest higher low that was registered on Friday, excuse me, would have been the H2, the 2 hour time frame. If you look at the 3 hour, no higher low was created on Friday. A higher low was created on Thursday. It went up, it made a higher high on Friday. No higher low has been created was created on Friday. The largest higher low that was created on Friday would have been the 2 hour. Okay. The 2 hour time frame was the time frame that created the largest higher low on Friday. Okay. Now you'll notice right here, this is at 11 a.m. on Friday. That was the largest higher low. Okay. Market tried to go up, it tried to buy. There was some amount of rejection. There was some amount of resistance that it found on Friday, which is normal. If you look at my Minds post last week, I mentioned on Friday, a lot of people got happy and jumped into buys, on Friday at 9 o'clock. And they're like, yeah, it's going to shoot to the moon. And I've always said to you guys, anytime the market breaks for that higher high, in order to trade the trend, you must wait for the retracement before getting back in a buy to go for a higher high. Okay. So here's the thing, guys, the trend is always a trend. It makes higher lows, higher highs, which is what we see. Higher lows, higher highs every single day. So which means common sense, if the market is making higher lows, higher highs, and it just broke a higher high, okay? Common sense, you cannot take a buy from a higher high position. You must wait for it to retrace to a higher low before you get back in for a buy to go for a higher high. You cannot buy from here and expect to be profitable. You will suffer drawdown and your account would have to be able to manage that kind of drawdown. However, to maximize the amount of pips that you make, to maximize the amount of value that you're getting from your trades, you cannot enter a trade from a higher high and don't expect to have a drawdown. Okay? So if the market breaks and it makes a higher high, right here, because this is where the higher high was made. Okay, if it breaks and makes a higher high right here, okay, notice what it did? It shot up for a while. And that is why a lot of people got excited and jumped into buys from there and said, yes, it's going to go on again. But look at what it did. It came right up to the higher high right here and it got rejection. It found that resistance point and it sold, came right back down to make a higher low. So all of these people that got in up here lost their money by the time it went here. And look at what it did. As soon as it got down here, it turned right back and it went up. Okay, a lot of people seem to think that the market is out to get you. No, it's not. At some point in time, you just have to start being smart. You have to be able to outsmart the market. And it's clear the market shows you what it's doing every single time. It makes a, excuse me, it makes a zig, it makes a zag, a zig, a zag, a zig, a zag, a zig, zag. That's it. All right, so it's just about being smart. It's just about playing it smart and intelligently with the data that the market has given you. The historical data is there for a reason. You use that data to analyze your trades, to analyze where you went wrong, you make your adjustments, and then you come again. If you realize that every time when you come in for a trade right here, it retraces, takes you out, and then goes back up again. At some point in time, something has to click and tell you, oh, you know what? Maybe this is not where I need to come in if I'm planning to take buys. Maybe I need to wait for the market to come back down into this area before I can go in for buys. All right. And that's exactly what the market did on Friday. So remember, in my Minds post, I also mentioned to you that because it was Friday and I took my profit somewhere about here on Friday, I said to you, you know what? Guess what? It's Friday. The market is going into its consolidation phase right now. I want to have nothing to do with that on Friday. I want to be able to enjoy my weekend, enjoy my profits and everything like that, and come back and take it up on Monday. One thing is guaranteed in this market, and I will say this without apology, and anybody can challenge me on it. One thing that is guaranteed in this market is that it will continuously make higher lows to higher highs. That's the only thing that is guaranteed. So all those people who are taking sells in the market and everything and talking all sorts of foolishness about how the market is bearish and everything like that, guys, please, I'm begging you, do not listen to them. It's rubbish. The market is not bearish. Any sells that the NASDAQ 100 makes, it's always temporary in order to fulfill a higher low on a larger time frame before it moves from a higher low to a higher high. All right. So this is what happened on Friday. So I'm out of the trade, took my profits, successful. 3 trades last week, 3 trades successful, 100% success rate. It's not about the amount of trades that you take, it's about the quality trades that you learn to be patient and wait for that right setup. All right. So what does that leave us for with this week? Well, if this is my largest higher low, okay, then I have to make sure that the price comes back, okay, and breaks this level before I know that the price is going to continue in an upward direction. So I'm not entering a price. I'm not entering, excuse me, a trade here because it's still all the way, it's still far from the lowest point that it made. So I'm waiting. I am waiting to see that level of retracement before I go in for my first trade on Monday. Okay. So Sunday, even when the market opens, I'm not interested in taking any trades. I'm waiting. Believe it or not, I'm waiting. Okay. There's no rush. Remember, I've always said the NASDAQ 100 takes Mondays, Tuesdays, sometimes Wednesdays to consolidate, retrace, take out all the liquidity that was created from the previous week. Okay. And once it has done that, then it continues to move in the trend, you know, of the week. Let's look at last week, for example. Okay. This is what it did. Market went up, it shot up, it made a higher high on Monday. Notice it came down, made a higher low. That's a consolidation point. It came here, it made a lower high. That's another consolidation point. Because at this point in time, the market is not making higher lows. Oh, sorry, it's not making higher lows, higher highs. nor is it making lower highs, lower lows. Okay, notice higher low, lower high. Then it makes a new low, still a consolidation point because this is a higher low on a larger time frame. Don't believe me? Let's look at it. Okay, this low point that was made here on Tuesday. Let's use our highlighter. Market. Look at a bigger time frame like the 5 hour. There you go. You have a higher low right there. So although it was a new low, it's still a higher low on a bigger time frame. And remember, the trend is higher lows, higher highs. Keep looking at your biggest time frame. Stop looking at those smaller time frames. Because I'll guarantee you that the smaller down you go, the more defined you'll see a trend towards the lower side going. And the lower time frames do not dictate the pace or structure of the market. They will confuse the crap out of you and allow you to do foolishness and continue losing your money, which is exactly what happened to a number of people who were trying to sell the NASDAQ last week. Despite me saying NASDAQ 100 is a historically bullish instrument and it will continue to buy. You just need to wait for your largest higher lows, trade them to your higher highs. All right, so let's get this off here real quick. All right, so going back to the 1 hour. So we see exactly what's happening here. This is the higher low that was created on the 2 hour on Friday. All right, now what I'm looking for when I look at my 15 hour, I'm sorry, my 15 minutes, 15 minutes is at a higher low. Okay, so the 15-minute really wants to continue that trend. Okay, however, when I look at a time frame like my 30-minute, notice that my 30 minutes is at a lower high. Okay, I cannot buy from a high. Okay, my 30 minutes is at a high. My 45-minute is at a higher low. What does that tell me? The market is clearly consolidated. Okay, and it's also in line with what I've always said. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, okay, is the days that the market takes to consolidate, to retrace, and to find its structure. Right now, there's no structure that's evident on the 45-minute. I should not even be analyzing on the 45-minute, but there's no structure. Anytime that you want to go in for a buy, make sure that the time frame that you're going in on is making higher lows, higher highs. How do you identify that? Well, you look at the last two moves. Okay, let's look at a time frame like the 11 hour. Okay, right here, I know I would not be coming in for a buy right here on my 11-hour time frame. Okay, because it's at a higher high. Okay, the previous buy, if I'm going to take a buy on my 11-hour, I would have had to come in here at a higher low. So the minute 11-hour puts on, you know, the higher low, once I get that confirmation, then I'll be coming in for that trade and I'm sitting down until it makes a higher high. Again, I must be able to see my last 2 points. So first point is a higher high. Next point is a higher low. That market is clearly making higher lows, higher highs. Clearly. So, which means I'm not coming in for a buy right here. I would have to go down to a smaller time frame to pick up on my largest higher low in order for me to get in the trend and to be able to trade this particular market successfully. All right. So going back to the 1 hour, this is my largest time frame. It's at a higher low. Okay. If I go in, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to suffer some retracement. Although it's at a higher low, this here tells me that some consolidation is happening in this market because some time frame below is probably still sitting at a lower high. And a lower high is a consolidation move. Remember, I want to be seeing higher lows, higher lows, higher highs in order for me to understand that this market is currently trending. All right. So what am I looking for this week? Well, first and foremost, like I said to you, the market opens at 6 o'clock. That's not the time for me to be jumping into trades. I'm not trying to trade the market in Asian session. Okay. All I'm doing, I'm waiting for my largest higher low in order for me to be able to go up to make my higher highs. So there's no trade for me to take, so I'm waiting. There's no trade for me to take. I'm waiting because I don't want to come in when this price is so high. Yes, I expect it to go up, and even if it shoots up when the market opens and makes another higher high, I'm not chasing the price. I cannot enter a buy from here. I must wait for that retracement before I can go into the market again. All right. So going forward for this market, my first move that I'm waiting for my largest higher low in order to get in for that trade. So when I look at my 30 minutes is at a lower high. I can't enter a trade right here. 45 minutes is at a higher low, but the price is still sitting at a high point. So I must wait. I have to wait. Okay. So again, what am I expecting for this week? All I'm expecting is that the market is going to continue breaking those all-time highs. Definitely, guaranteed. Higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. There's something that I want to actually show you real quick. There's a visual that I posted last week, and I'm going to try and find it for you so I can give you a heads up as to what the market has been doing over the past year. And here it is. So last year, the end of October, all the way until January 2024, look at what the market did. Okay, once it made that lower low, it just kept going. This is January. And it just kept going and going and going and going until we're here now. Look at what it did this year. Same time period, October. Market kept going. It's still going. And we're not at the end of the year. This market is going to continually buy. Don't believe me? Okay, let me go back to this week's chart and zoom out for you. Let's look at our monthly time frame. And on the monthly time frame, guys, here is the monthly time frame. This is what the NASDAQ has been doing since inception. This is from 03. This market has continuously bought. There is no reason, guys, that this market is going to suddenly drop and come all the way down here, which what a lot of people have been anticipating. It's not going to happen, guys. I guarantee you, and I tell you, it's not going to happen. Any sells that the market makes, whether it's a big drop or whatever it is, it's only going to be a temporary retracement in order to set up a higher low on one of your larger time frames, because the market is a historically bullish market, which means it makes higher lows, higher highs. I do not choose to sell to a higher low because I know it will come. So all I do is I wait for the higher low and then I buy to my higher highs. Okay. Last thing that I want to touch on real quick, as you will see to the right of my screen, I know I mentioned it in the Minds post last week, but if you look to the right of my screen right here, you'll notice that there is a particular tool which is here, which comes with the premium subscription on TradingView, and it's called Seasonals. And what this does here is that it gives you a graphic view as to what the market has done for the past 3 years. So, well, the past 2 years. Okay. So now we are in 2024. Of course, this is the blue graph. 2023 is the red line. And of course, 2022 is that purple line. Now, remember, 2022 was when we had that major correction in the market, and a lot of people all of a sudden were saying, oh, the stock market is going to crash, it's going to crash, it's going to crash and burn. Absolutely not. That's not the case. You had a hard retracement, you had a major correction in the market to set up a higher low so the market could actually continue going. So if you look at the trends, yes, 2022 it was trending down slightly, but it rebounded in 2023. 2024, It's lower than 2023 for the time being, but if you notice the trend, it's still trending higher. Now, let's look at more data. You look at more seasonals, and you see here, okay? Here you have a lot more years. You have 2019, 2020, 2023, 2021. Now look at it. 2022, which is when you had that hard retracement, okay? It came down. It was going down, and this is when everybody thought it was going to be the end of the world, okay? But look at what happened. 2022, look at 2023. It rebounded significantly. 2024, it's rebounding. As a matter of fact, 2024 is actually crossing over 2021 and heading to be even higher, to finish the year higher than 2029, possibly 2020. So again, it's about analyzing your data, looking at what you're seeing in front of you, all right? And just knowing that the market is a historically bullish pair, okay? And as a result of that, you want to make sure that you're always trading the trend. The trend is your friend, okay? One last thing. Let's look at, I know we were talking about 2022 right there for a bit. Yeah, 2022 was the year when we were in that significant pullback, right? Let me just show you where we are in 2022. Okay, so that's 2023. It's 2021. Okay, 2022. Here we are for 2022. Okay, all of this era from here all the way down, and I'm going to mark it because I really want us to get this concept, guys. So this is this was February, this was January of 22. Okay. January of 22. And then we're going to go all the way to December of 22. There we go. That shaded area right there is all of 22. This is when everybody was thinking that the world was going to end. Okay, look at this. All of 2022, okay? Look here. This is 2020. So if I bought at 2020, even with this major correction in the market, it still did not come all the way to where I would have entered in 2020 and beyond, right? So it's a major correction, but it's still making higher lows, higher highs. Don't believe me? Let's look at the monthly time frame. The last higher low that was made on the monthly was actually done in 2022, October of 2022. All of this selling that happened for that year was only to create the higher low on your monthly time frame. And look at what it has been doing since 2022. It has been going up consistently every single month since then. All right. So I don't know what else to do, what else to say. I mean, the data is there, the information is there. If you want to believe it, that's up to you. But congratulations to those of you who have used the information to help you to develop a strategy and you are finally profitable. All you got to do is just keep practicing, keep going, because guess what? The more you practice, the more it becomes perfect and the more it becomes easier, and you're able to be confident and be able to guarantee your own trades. I'm not trying to guarantee anybody's trades for them because everybody's strategy is different, but I know I can guarantee my trades because I have developed my strategy, which is the Auber strategy, which uses historical data for me to make adequate predictions for what my future moves are going to be. So thank you again for watching, guys. God, thank you again for this blessing. Thank you again for this opportunity to trade and to analyze data and to let's come up with different strategies to improve our trading. I pray for anyone watching this video, may it be beneficial to them. May they be successful and continuously improve. We thank you. We love you in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, guys. Take care. Have a wonderful week and happy trading. And we will talk. Bye-bye.